Yeah, I think the most important filter that you got to put on yourself is the quality of information that you digest, that you absorb, because that will determine everything else. It's like a domino effect that will determine all the other things that you do, because you're parting from the base of that information. So if you think that it's all right to, for example, just to give a simple example, eat shitty food and that not being in the best physical condition, and I'm not talking about looking ripped and lean, just being able to carry your body weight, you know, physically fit. I'm not saying that you have to have a six-pack and be looking amazing, photo shoot ready, you know. I'm just saying that you have to, I mean, if you're an adult male, you should be in peak condition, really. You know, if you're not in peak condition, there's flaws in your logic, there's flaws in your information, basically, in your fundamental information. That's what you got to put it down to. It's what's in your psyche. So that's where it all starts off. If you're thinking, well, it doesn't really matter that I'm not in good shape, I can't climb a flight of stairs with a bag of sand on my back, just for example, without getting completely exhausted, and it's all right, there's a flaw in your logic right there. And like I said, you don't have to be photo shoot ready. In my opinion, it's all about being functionality, and being able to fight, being able to defend yourself, being able to run if you need to run, climb. But that's my point of view. I'm not saying that everyone has to share it, it's just my point of view. I believe as well, the bodybuilding culture now is to be as big as you can be, but there's not much functionality to that. You're carrying around a lot of dead weight, really. The muscle just weighs you down. It needs a lot of volume of blood as well to fuel it, and that's making your heart work a lot more than what it should have to work just to do certain movements. So it's a big waste. Plus the amount of money and food and chemicals that you got to put in your body just to look like that. Yeah, I mean, you look ripped, you look like a beast, but as well, it's not even like for fighting, it's not even good, really. I mean, most people that are super muscly aren't that good at fighting, and they wouldn't even last a full round. They'll last about 30 seconds of full maximum output, if that, and then that's it. They've got to be leaning against the sidelines, catching their breath, because otherwise they'd literally get a heart attack. So that's it. You've got to watch that filter of information that you let into your temple. That's got to be the priority. What are you letting in? You've got to put a close eye on what you're letting in. What are you actually absorbing? What kind of beliefs are you letting into your mind, letting settle inside of you? Are you someone that's very looks oriented, or are you someone that's more internally oriented? Do you place more importance on being like looking peak condition, or do you care more about actually being in peak condition mentally, for example, and not necessarily looking like that? Because you don't have to look like you are, as long as you are. It's like in Spanish they say ser no aparentar. It'd be more like be the real deal instead of just looking like the real deal. At the end of the day, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But it all starts with the information that you're consuming, that you're letting in to settle into your mind. You've got to make sure that's the highest quality information. And the people that consume the highest quality information, they become apex winners. You know what the apex is, yeah? The peak. It's like the churches in Switzerland. They've got this, a lot of them have got these really sharp peaks. So they go like that, and then they go really sharp, and then they've got like a cross at the top. That's the apex at the top, the apex. So of all the human race, let's say this is the human race, the triangle, everyone's kind of bundled up here, and then there's only a few at the peak. That's why it's the peak. There's only one or two at the peak, you know, of each subject. You want to be an apex winner. That's it. To be an apex winner, you've got to focus on having only the best quality information entering your psyche. And then with the best quality information comes the best quality practices, because you know exactly what to do and what not to do. It's more important really what you don't do than what you do. That's why the pure people that are so incredibly talented and amazing, and if it looks like they've cut from a different cloth, they're so good at saying no to all the things that they know that they shouldn't be doing. And they nip it in the bud quick. They don't let it grow. It's like whack-a-mole. Like I say, they just, as soon as they see something that they know that they shouldn't be doing, that doesn't aid towards the goal that they want to achieve, they whack it on the head and they're done with it. That's kind of the goal. That's something that I think is underrated. That's or just like not spoken about enough. I'm gonna go back to the Mendes brothers, because it's just like, I can see that it's in them. You can see it in their students, the young guys. They're so mature in some senses, in that sense of being elite jiu-jitsu warrior fighter mentality is unbelievable. But anything that hasn't aided towards that goal that they wanted to achieve, they've said no to, and they've been hermetic in that sense. And I know that they know this. Like, they are extremely wise people. They know this for sure. You say no to all the things that are not conducive to you achieving the goal that you want to achieve, and to you becoming the person that you want to become. One of the things that you got to say no to is also like being a bad person, or, you know, like quote unquote bad, because they try and be good people, and really the blessings come to the good people. The true good blessings come to the good people. That's true wisdom right there. So that's it. You got to know what to say no to. It's more important, really. That's the most important thing. And then staying on the rails, staying in the lane, not getting derailed or delaned in that sense. And the longer you stay on the lane with laser focus on the goal, the more sure you are to get the goal, and the more results that you will get down the line. The consistency is going to create a huge snowball effect in your life, and that's going to grow exponentially. It's going to be gradual growth for the first 6 month period, 1 year period, 5 year period, whatever it may be. You can't really put a timeline on it, but if you stay consistent, best believe that the exponential growth will arrive, and the J curve effect will kick in to your life just like it does to everyone else's. And that's what the Mendes brothers do with their students. They put them on the lane and they say, don't veer off the lane, and just train extremely hard, work extremely hard, and the results will come. Just believe, have faith, and work hard. And literally that's what they do. And then they themselves could sit here and explain exactly the process better than I could, because they've been through that process. They train so hard for years and years and nothing comes, and then all of a sudden, from 1 year to the next, they're world champion in all the major competitions at a high level. And it's because of this concept. This doesn't apply just to jiu-jitsu. This applies to everything in life, every single skill set, any goal that you want to achieve, any business that you want to create, anything that you want to, like any entrepreneurial endeavor that you want to embark on, if you want to grow as a person. But I think one of the fundamental things is having the North Star of just the positive vibe. I think that's a hugely important one, underrated. Be someone that when you attain the goal, you don't just then fuck off to Thailand, for example, and live hedonistically for the rest of your life without giving back. They instill the culture of being the champion and then coaching other champions. That's why you've got amazing children there as well, because they've been given the highest quality information from kids. It just is what it is. So that's it. I think it's hugely important to just be the best possible person that you can be, but with that should be the good vibration, the sharing the good vibes always. And that's something that you also purify throughout your whole life. There's always better and higher levels to that. You should aim for perfection. The beautiful thing about perfection is that you'll never achieve it, but aiming for it will get you close to it. A lifetime of striving for perfection will put you among the greats.